it's something your doctor's going to draw. But the truth is, until you're stage 4 or stage 5, it doesn't change in your blood. So you can't rely on your blood work and say, hey, I don't have any like.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of the Kidney Disease Solution, Kidney Coach, and our supplement range, Cardigenesis. And I'm joined again today by the wonderful Jessianna Saville. She is the leading renal dietitian at Kidney Nutritional Institute. She has been in the kidney industry for a long time. She's a leader in the field. She's training other renal dietitians and speaking at lots of programs and seminars. But she's also just a wealth of knowledge and an amazing person. Jessianna, thank you for joining me again and welcome back. When you've got a patient in front of you, where do you start to think about phosphate, and then what do you do about it? So someone's sitting there going, okay, well, how do I know if this is me, and what actionable steps can I take if phosphate and phosphorus is an issue and it's contributing to my overall decline in kidney function?
Yeah, perfect question. So the first most low-hanging fruit to think about is just if you're getting unnecessary phosphorus in your food supply where it's been added. And a lot of times we think about, oh, we don't have to worry about phosphorus unless you see it on the blood work, because it's something your doctor's going to draw. But the truth is, until you're stage 4 or stage 5, it doesn't change in your blood. So you can't rely on your blood work and say, hey, I don't have any, like phosphorus is not an issue for me. I'm not going to worry about it in my food supply if your lab is normal, because it actually doesn't dysregulate until things are very quite broken in the whole metabolism of the bones, etc. Our body's so amazing on how it compensates and re-regulates itself when there's dysfunction, that a lot of times you're just, and this phosphorus is a good example, you're not going to see phosphorus go up until you really have like some big issues with your parathyroid hormone and like a bunch of other areas. So don't trust your blood work. But for me, if a patient comes in, I say, because we're going to cover as many bases as possible, one of the key things we'll start is just phosphate additives. And that means just looking at the ingredients in your food. Even things that the example I use in our free class is I have a picture of a organic coconut yogurt. Right? It's made by like soy brand or something. I can't remember. But it looks super like clean, super nice, healthy choice. It's plant-based. It doesn't, whatever. But when you look at the ingredients, like the first one is organic coconut milk, and you're like, okay, good, I mean organic. And then you go down the line and it has two additives in it. One of them is dipotassium phosphate, and the other is, I think it's hexametaphosphate. I can't remember. But it has these ingredients added that are phosphate additives. And whenever you see that PHOS, phos, in your label, that is something that the manufacturers have added in. Sometimes they're adding it in to bind up with calcium, so they can add calcium into the food. Sometimes they're adding it as a preservative or an anti-caking agent. But as much as possible, getting those added phosphate additives out of your food supply is so basic, right? Real basic intervention to do. So that would be number one. The second thing, if we're thinking about phosphorus, is I do pay attention to people's history, especially women with their bone health, because I know if they already have some osteoporosis or other like bone issues, that's a clue for me being like, well, you're already dysregulated in your minerals overall, and that is going to include phosphorus. It's not going to show up on your labs, but this is one that I would pay attention to and think about what nutrients we're going to put in to support good phosphorus metabolism overall. So that would be another clue for me. And then the last clue that I would use is I would be thinking about what's in their diet now that would be supporting overall good mineral metabolism. No nutrient lives in a silo, right? There's not one nutrient that's like you put it in and it does its job and then like it's done. Every nutrient depends on all the other nutrients to do its work. So like with iron, you need some vitamin A and zinc. And with like there's so many nutrients, like they depend on something else to get their job done. Uh with with phosphorus, I'd be really thinking about, okay, well, how much calcium do people have? Are they taking enough vitamin D, right? I can look at a vitamin D level. That's super easy. Um, where your vitamin D levels at? Do you get enough B3 in? Do you get enough niacin in your diet? Because niacin is a very potent phosphate binding nutrient in your gut. And so like overall, that would help with your regulation. But I'd be looking at overall all the nutrients because that could help me see, whoa, if you don't have if you're kind of out of balance with your vitamin D, I can pretty much guarantee you're going to have some phosphorus.
And if you want to know more about what we do, head to kidneycoach.com. As Jessianna mentioned, you can go find our articles there, get on our newsletter list. It means we'll notify you when we put up new articles. Head to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and there's a whole pile of great resources on KidneyNutritionalInstitute.org as well, like free recipes and a whole pile of other good things. And I know Jessianna and her team are about to launch their new and we'll have to send the details out, but their new polycystic kidney disease program is about to be launched in a couple of weeks. So you'll have to make sure you tell us next time you're on, Jess, and we'll make sure we let everybody know about that as well.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right. Hit like and subscribe. We'll see you on next time, Jessianna. Thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate you.